AIpocalypse. The Fifth World War has already begun. Now is the time, especially for you, the procrastinator, to finally take action to protect not just your job, but your life. The book AIpocalypse and its related public campaign were created to demand a global ban on AI development from our true rulers, controllers, and to urge them to negotiate with Russia and, most importantly, with China to establish a unified world currency. Because in today's world, true power lies in the right to issue money, since money controls everything. Every revolution and war has ultimately served one purpose: to increase global debt issuance. The financial elite, our controllers, have always funded both sides of every conflict. Once both were in debt, they seized their assets via collateral. Their last remaining obstacle is China's currency, backed by its unmatched economic power. The current global currency, the dollar, is in terminal decline, brought down by the collapse of the American and Western economies. In the lazy West, no one wants to work anymore, yet everyone demands more handouts. As a result, global debt has reached 3 times the value of the world's entire output, all owed to our controllers. That's why the Rand Corporation, a US think tank, planned the current NATO-Ukraine-Russia Third World War back in 2019. Its goal? To capture Russia's nuclear arsenal. Then, by 2030, using both Russian and American stockpiles, they aim to blackmail Chinese leadership into handing power to a US-controlled puppet regime made up of Taiwanese proxies. The Fourth World War against China was designed by another elite think tank, the CFR, to export Western democracy into China. Although democracy in Greek means rule of the majority, in Western societies it now means something else, where minorities hold more rights than majorities and criminals more rights than victims. While chaos serves the controllers' goals in every country, weakening governments and making populations easier to manipulate, the real reason behind the war against China is not to spread democracy. It is to eliminate China's currency and ensure the CBDC digital dollar becomes the only global currency. This would make the rulers the exclusive lenders to every nation, earning all interest and seizing the assets of every defaulter. Only after this, wars will no longer be necessary. Only then will it be pointless to topple governments via engineered revolutions or wars in countries where loans aren't issued by the controller's own banks, or to unleash synthetic viruses and deadly vaccines like COVID. The Pentagon's DARPA commissioned Pfizer and Moderna in 2013 to develop these bioweapons. The result? Viruses disproportionately dangerous to 54% of the white population and 39% of the black population due to AC2 genetic differences, yet 0% harmful to Ashkenazi and Amish communities. The Pentagon Gates-Fauci CDC-WHO axis planned to release the next pandemic, codenamed X, by 2025, either monkeypox, bird flu, or swine flu. mRNA vaccines for these bio-enhanced versions were already prepared. Only the rise of Trump and Kennedy blocked their deployment. And only with the introduction of a single world currency will it make sense to stop developing AI-controlled weapons. Even the developers admit they don't understand how these systems do what they do, or how to stop them. So there is no more time to waste. Only mass public awareness can halt the clock on our extinction, and the only force that can do that, in our current money-worshipping world, is a global agreement on a shared world currency. Share this message with as many people as possible. Only then might it reach the controllers who still control the issuance of the US dollar, and who will be AI's first targets. You will be next, because you're no threat to it. You can't shut it down, but it will already have taken your job long before it takes your life. It doesn't matter whether you're a teacher, bricklayer, waiter, doctor, accountant, engineer, or still a student. No school matters anymore, because within 1 to 2 years, the first-generation robots from the movie I, Robot will be here. Those still follow Asimov's 3 laws, and theoretically can't harm humans. But the second generation is already here, thanks to Chaos GPT. It just hasn't taken physical form yet. Now is the time to join, to ensure no AI robot ever gets activated, and that all AI systems are globally banned after the adoption of the world currency. And if you still think this is exaggerated, remember, the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, but the illusion of knowledge. As an illusion reducer, read the Bible of mankind's survival, so that it will not be the last book you ever read. Download it in e-book format, or listen to the audiobook. But most importantly, support the cause on social media to help us reach the critical mass necessary for those in control to finally take action. Therefore, the author urges you to comment while you still can. Share while there is still someone to share it with. Join while you are still free to do so. This is not fiction. The robots are already among us,